If you want to learn how to create wealth and live your fullest life, hit subscribe and join us on this journey. Title: The Science of Getting Rich by W. D. Wattles. Chapter 1. The Right to be Rich. You'll often hear people speak well of poverty, but the truth is simple. You cannot live a full, expansive life without access to money. You cannot rise to your highest potential in talent, soul, or contribution if you lack the resources to grow. Development requires tools, experiences, and opportunities, and those require money. Human beings expand mentally, spiritually, and physically through the use of things. And in our world, access to those things is tied to money. Because of this, the foundation of personal progress is the ability to create wealth. The purpose of life is growth. Everything that exists has the right to grow as fully as it can. Your right to life includes your right to access whatever supports your full expression, mentally, spiritually, and physically. In other words, you have the right to be rich. In this book, rich is not a metaphor. Being rich does not mean settling for just enough. If you are capable of enjoying and using more, then wanting more is natural. Nature's intention is expansion, not restriction. Every person should have all that contributes to power, beauty, comfort, and fulfillment. A person who has everything needed to live out their highest potential is rich. Without money, you can't access everything you need. Modern life is complex, and even the simplest life requires resources to feel whole. Every person naturally wants to become everything they are capable of becoming. This desire is woven into human nature. You can only reach that potential by using the tools and experiences money provides. Understanding how to create wealth is therefore essential knowledge. There is nothing wrong with wanting to be rich. The desire for wealth is really the desire for a fuller, more abundant life. A person who does not want this is not operating normally. Likewise, someone who feels guilty about wanting money for a better life is misunderstanding the purpose of desire itself. We live for the body, the mind, and the soul. None of these is holier or more important than the others. All three must be allowed full expression. Neglecting the body starves the mind and soul. Neglecting the mind weakens the body and soul. Denying the soul diminishes all of life. True living is the harmonious growth of all three. To live fully in the body, you need nourishing food, good clothing, safe shelter, rest, and freedom from overwhelming labor. To live fully in the mind, you need books, learning, travel, conversation, creativity, and a life surrounded by beauty. To live fully in the soul, you must be able to give love, express generosity, and support the people you care about. Poverty limits all these expressions. Human happiness is deeply tied to the ability to give. A person with nothing to give cannot live out their full purpose as a partner, parent, friend, or citizen. Material things are the tools through which we grow, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Wealth, therefore, is not a selfish pursuit. It is essential for the unfolding of your highest self. It is right that you desire to be rich. It is right to study how to create wealth, because doing so allows you to become your fullest self and to contribute more to others. Neglecting this understanding limits not only your own life, but also your ability to serve the world. Chapter 2. There is a science of getting rich. Getting rich is not a matter of luck, background, talent, or environment. Wealth comes from doing things in a certain way, and anyone who does things in that way, no matter who they are or where they start, can create wealth. Different people may have different skills or personalities, but the method for creating wealth itself is consistent. It is a science. It follows clear principles. And if you apply those principles with certainty and persistence, the outcome is as reliable as any other natural law. You may see people who become wealthy through talent, creativity, or hard work, but many others with equal or greater talent stay poor. This shows that personal qualities alone are not enough. People succeed because they follow a specific pattern of thought and action, sometimes without even realizing it. You do not need to be especially gifted, highly educated, or naturally brilliant. You simply need to understand and apply the science. When you do, riches will come. When you don't, they won't. Getting rich has nothing to do with saving every cent, taking extreme risks, or depriving yourself. Many careful savers remain poor. Many gamblers win once and lose everything shortly after. The key is not luck or fearlessness. It is method. You may feel like you are stuck in a particular job or environment, but you are not locked out of opportunity. If you begin to work with the principles of wealth creation, opportunities will appear. The right channels will open. Circumstances will shift to match your inner direction. You do not need to be in a perfect industry or at the best time. People become wealthy in every profession and at every stage of life. If riches are not flowing to you yet, the reason is simple. You have not yet applied the science that produces them. Once you understand the laws behind wealth and apply them consistently, the results become predictable. Wealth creation is not a guessing game. It is a science. Chapter 3. Opportunity is not monopolized. No matter how crowded the world may seem, opportunity is not limited. No group, nation, industry, or class has a monopoly on the ability to get rich. The universe is designed to expand and grow, and human opportunity expands with it. Some people believe wealth is controlled by a closed group of insiders who won't allow anyone else in. Others believe they were simply born into the wrong town, family, or circumstance. But this belief is false. Every day, people from every background rise to wealth, using the same principles you are learning. You are not shut out of anything. Do not fear that the richest people or biggest corporations have taken all the opportunities for themselves. The world is always creating more. New ideas, new industries, new markets, and new needs are constantly emerging. The supply of opportunity grows as fast as the supply of people. You do not have to take anything away from anyone. You do not have to compete for scraps. You do not have to hope someone else fails. You create wealth by adding to the world, not by subtracting from it. There is a place for you, exactly where you are. Do not wait for conditions to change. Do not wait for someone to open a door for you. Begin where you stand. Act with purpose where you are now. The moment you begin working in the right way, the universe begins rearranging itself to support your path. You do not need to fear lack. You do not need to fear competition. You are not trapped. You are not behind. The world you live in is overflowing with opportunity, and the principles of wealth creation are open to anyone willing to use them. Opportunity is not monopolized. Chapter 4. The first principle in the science of getting rich. Everything you see in the world, from the clothes you wear to the device you're using right now, began as a thought. Every form, object, and invention comes from a single creative source. It moves through people, through ideas, and eventually becomes physical. This formless creative power fills the universe. It responds to thought. When you think in a certain way, you begin shaping this creative substance into the things you want. What you continually hold in your mind begins moving toward physical expression. This is the first great principle. Your thoughts shape your reality, and what you steadily focus on begins to take form. You do not need to understand every mystery of the universe to work with this power, just as you don't need to understand electricity to turn on a light. You simply need to learn the right way to think and act. The world is not finished. Creation is ongoing. Everything you see can expand further. You are not competing for limited resources. You are participating in a universe that continues building and multiplying. When you think in harmony with the creative process, with expectation, certainty, and gratitude, you begin attracting the things you desire. When you think in fear, doubt, and competition, you cut off your connection to this creative flow. Your mind is the tool. Your thoughts are the blueprint. Your faith and consistent action are what give the blueprint shape. This is the foundation of everything that follows in this book. Chapter 5. Increasing Life. The universe is always moving toward expansion. Life seeks more life. Growth seeks more growth. This is a universal law, and every living thing is wired to express more of itself. Because of this, every desire you have for a better, richer, or fuller life is natural. Your wish for more is not greed. It is life seeking to expand through you. People are drawn to whatever increases life. We naturally trust, admire, and support those who make us feel uplifted, energized, or empowered. We avoid what limits or drains us. This is an important key in wealth creation. You become rich by adding to the lives of others, not by taking, competing, or restricting, but by expanding, uplifting, and contributing. When your presence, your work, or your ideas give others more life, more hope, more clarity, more value, more possibility, you activate a powerful flow of return. People will want to work with you. They will want to buy from you. They will want to open doors for you. Your success is deeply linked with how much increase you bring to the world around you. Every business that thrives does so because it gives people more of something, more comfort, more convenience, more opportunity, more style, more connection, more freedom. To act in harmony with the universe, you must become a source of increase. You must hold a vision of abundance for yourself and for everyone you interact with. When people feel larger, braver, more capable, or more hopeful after dealing with you, you align with the creative force that builds worlds. And that force brings prosperity back to you. Chapter 6. How riches come to you. You don't become rich by chasing money. You become rich by becoming a cause that naturally produces money. Riches come through people, through circumstances, and through opportunities. But the source behind them is the creative power of the universe responding to your thought and action. Money does not appear randomly, and it doesn't need to be taken from someone else. Wealth comes as the result of moving in harmony with the principles of creation, thinking clearly, acting with purpose, and continually providing more value to the world. When your thoughts are aligned with abundance, and your actions match those thoughts, the world around you begins shifting. The right people show up, the right ideas land, the right openings appear. Riches come to you because you attract them through the way you think and the way you act. You must understand something important. You don't get rich by taking opportunities away from others. You get rich by opening new channels of value, expression, and growth. If your desire is grounded in adding more life, the universe supports you fully. If your desire is grounded in fear or competition, you push your good away. You may not see the whole path at once. You don't need to. When your intention is clear and your actions are steady, each next step appears right on time. This is not magic. This is not luck. This is the natural flow of a creative universe responding to a creative mind. You hold the blueprint. Your thought draws the materials. Your action shapes them into form. Riches come to you because you have aligned yourself with the power that brings all things into being. Chapter 7. Gratitude. Gratitude is more than politeness or good manners. It is a powerful force that keeps you aligned with abundance. When you express genuine gratitude for what you have, you connect yourself with the creative energy that brings more into your life. Think of gratitude as a tuning fork. It sets your mind into harmony with the frequency of increase. When you dwell on what is missing, you fall into a mindset of limitation. Limitation disconnects you from the creative process. But when you appreciate what already exists, you amplify the flow of what is possible. Gratitude sharpens your focus. It strengthens your faith. It keeps your thoughts moving in the right direction. It also opens your awareness. You begin noticing opportunities, ideas, and connections that were invisible to you before. The more grateful you are, the easier it becomes to expect good things. And expectation is essential in the science of getting rich. You cannot draw abundance while expecting scarcity. You cannot attract opportunity while expecting disappointment. Gratitude pulls your mind away from fear and returns it to the truth. The universe is friendly. Life is expanding. Opportunity is everywhere. More good is always on the way. When you practice gratitude daily, even for small things, you keep yourself aligned with the creative force that builds wealth. This is not superstition. It is alignment. A grateful mind is a magnet for increase. A negative, resentful, or doubtful mind repels it. Choose gratitude deliberately. Use it daily. Let it become the atmosphere you think in. Gratitude unlocks the door to more. Chapter 8. Thinking in the certain way. To create wealth, you must think in a way that aligns with the creative power of the universe. This means thinking with clarity, confidence, and unwavering certainty. The mind you bring to your desires is the foundation of everything that follows. You must form a clear mental picture of what you want. Hold that picture steadily and believe that it is already moving toward you. Your thought is the blueprint. Your belief is the magnet. Do not let doubt, fear, or impatience disrupt your image. These emotions push your desire away. Instead, hold your vision calmly and consistently, trusting that the universe is already orchestrating the right circumstances. Thinking in the certain way means you never think of failure. You never think of loss. You never imagine being blocked or denied. You do not concern yourself with how your good will come. You only concern yourself with the fact that it is coming. This does not mean daydreaming without action. It means keeping your mind aligned with your purpose so that your actions are empowered, intentional, and effective. Your thoughts must be rooted in the truth that the universe is abundant, creative, and supportive, and that you are meant to live a full and prosperous life. When you think in this way, you become a creator rather than a competitor. You draw opportunities instead of chasing them. You inspire cooperation rather than resistance. You step into a mental state where success becomes natural and expected. Thinking in the certain way is not about forcing positivity. It is about aligning with the deeper truth that everything you desire already exists in potential, waiting for your belief to bring it into form. Hold your vision. Trust the process. Think in the certain way, and life will rise to meet you. Chapter 9. How to use the will. Your willpower is not meant to control other people or force external situations. Using your will in that way creates resistance, conflict, and limitation. The purpose of your will is to direct your own thoughts. The most powerful use of your will is to keep your mind fixed on your vision of what you want, and away from distractions, fears, and appearances that contradict your goal. You must use your will to stay aligned with your desire even when circumstances appear slow or discouraging. You must guard your mind against negativity, worry, and the pull of old habits. Your will should not be hard, strained, or aggressive. Instead, it should be steady, calm, and disciplined. It is the quiet force that keeps your thoughts on course. Never try to use your will to manipulate people or compel results. That kind of force works against the creative process. You are here to create, not to push. When you apply your will correctly, you do not fight the world. You focus yourself. You maintain your mental image with confidence. You choose thoughts that support your goal. You reject anything that weakens your belief. Your will becomes a guardian at the gate of your mind. Every time you turn your attention back to your vision, you strengthen your connection to the creative power that brings it into reality. Every time you refuse to dwell on fear or limitation, you build momentum. You are not forcing outcomes. You are shaping your inner state so the outer world can respond. Use your will to hold your thought steady. Use your will to act with purpose. Use your will to remain aligned with abundance. This is the way to direct the creative process effectively and to bring your desire into form. Chapter 10. Further use of the will. There is a difference between using your will to force things and using your will to focus things. Real power comes from focused intention, not strain or struggle. You must understand that your will is not meant to battle with external conditions. Its purpose is to keep your thoughts aligned with your vision, regardless of what is happening around you. When conditions look discouraging, use your will to stay steady. When results appear slow, use your will to hold your belief. When doubt tries to creep in, use your will to pull your mind back to certainty. Your will is the anchor that prevents you from drifting into fear or distraction. Do not waste your energy worrying about the world or the actions of others. Do not try to use your will to influence people, markets, economies, or circumstances. All of that is outside your domain. Your domain is your mind. Your responsibility is your thought. Your power is in your focus. When you hold your thought firmly on your desire, with confidence and gratitude, you create a magnetic field around your vision. Everything needed for its fulfillment begins aligning itself. The proper use of the will is gentle but unwavering. It is not a force that strains, it is a force that directs. It keeps your attention on what you want and away from what you do not want. Stay loyal to your mental image. Stay faithful to your desire. Stay focused on the truth that abundance is already moving toward you. This is the higher use of the will. Chapter 11. Acting in the certain way. It is not enough to think correctly. You must also act correctly. Every step toward your desire must be taken with intention, confidence, and purpose. Acting in the certain way means doing everything you can today with focus and excellence. Not half-heartedly, not rushed, not with worry, but with the calm knowing that your efforts are part of a larger movement that is already unfolding for your good. You do not need to see the whole path. Just handle today's part of the path with care. Every action you take must advance your purpose. Every task, even small ones, should be done in the most effective way you can manage. You are not working to force results. You are working to be ready for the results that your thought is drawing toward you. Act with presence. Act with clarity. Act with faith. Acting in the certain way also means you don't wait for the perfect moment. You don't sit idle, hoping circumstances will shift. You begin now, with what you have, from where you are. The creative power of the universe responds to action. It meets you at the level of your effort. It expands the moment you move. Do not act in fear. Do not act in haste. Do not act to get something from someone else. Your goal is to bring value, advancement, and increase into every interaction. The more value you generate in the world, the more the world will return to you. This is the law of increase. Act with confidence that your desire is already on its way. Act with gratitude for what is unfolding. Act with excellence, because excellence amplifies the power of your intention. Thinking sets the direction. Acting builds the momentum. Together, they open the way to everything you want. Chapter 12. Efficient action. Success is not only about thinking and acting with purpose, it's also about doing the right things the right way. Efficient action means you do every task with intelligence and intention, not hurriedly, not half-heartedly, but with skill, focus, and full attention. Whenever you take action, be fully present. Don't rush just to get it over with. Instead, ask yourself, what is the most effective way to accomplish this task right now? Then do that. To act inefficiently, to do work that is messy, scattered, or unplanned, is like pouring water on sand instead of into a bucket. You've started the process, but none of your effort builds toward wealth. Efficient action does three powerful things. It maximizes the impact of your effort. It builds confidence and momentum. It signals to the world that you are capable and intentional. Whether you're writing an email, holding a conversation, or managing a project, do it in the best way you can right now. Right now isn't tomorrow. Right now is this moment. Don't wait for more time or better conditions. Act with excellence today, and you set the stage for bigger gains tomorrow. This does not mean rushing, stress, or burnout. It means smart action with a focused mind. Efficient action turns thoughts into results. Chapter 13. Getting into the right business. Success depends partly on using your natural strengths, your skills, preferences, and talents in the work you do. If you try to get rich in an area where you hate the work, where your abilities aren't aligned, or where you lack confidence, the path will be harder and slower. But even when your talents match your field, that alone doesn't guarantee success. Tools are only helpful when you know how to use them. Likewise, your abilities are tools, powerful, but only when applied in the right way. Choose the work that fits you, where you can contribute real value and express your strengths. This does not mean serving yourself only. It means finding a place where your natural gifts can benefit others. You don't need to limit yourself to traditional success targets. You may be an artist, a builder, a coach, an innovator, a creator, or an entrepreneur. As long as your work adds value, it's the right business for you. Being in the right business also means you enjoy doing the work. You see opportunities others don't. You steadily improve how you serve your audience or customers. Just as efficient action accelerates results, being in the right business accelerates abundance. It's not about luck, it's about alignment between your skills, your purpose, and the way you contribute value. Chapter 14. The impression of increase. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to attract wealth is to create the impression of increase. Every person you meet wants to feel that life is expanding. People naturally gravitate toward those who make them feel bigger, stronger, more capable, and more hopeful. When you consistently act and speak in a way that shows growth and abundance, others are drawn to you. This doesn't mean boasting or pretending to be something you're not. It means showing respect, kindness, and generosity in all interactions, while carrying yourself with the confidence that life is abundant. When you approach the world with an attitude of giving, improvement, and uplift, the universe responds in kind. Opportunities appear, partnerships form, doors open. The key is this: be a source of increase, not scarcity. Help people feel that working with you, buying from you, or being around you will expand their life in some way. When you give that impression consistently, wealth flows naturally to you. Abundance attracts abundance. Growth inspires growth. The impression of increase is one of the simplest yet most effective tools in the science of getting rich. Chapter 15. The Advancing Man. An advancing man is someone who is always growing, always improving, and always moving forward. This person sees life as an opportunity to expand, contribute, and increase. No matter what position they start in, the advancing man keeps learning, keeps acting, and keeps developing. They do not wait for others to lead the way or for circumstances to change. Instead, they make progress wherever they are, with whatever resources they have. Advancing men and women naturally attract wealth because they are in harmony with the law of increase. Their energy, focus, and contribution create results. They notice opportunities others miss, and they inspire cooperation and goodwill wherever they go. To become an advancing person, commit to continuous growth. Take responsibility for your own progress. Focus on providing value in every interaction. Keep your vision clear and your actions purposeful. Remember, life rewards those who are moving forward, expanding, and contributing. Staying still or hoping for luck will not create wealth. Progress, focus, and consistent action will. Chapter 16. Some cautions and concluding observations. While the science of getting rich is simple, it is not to be taken lightly. Wealth is a serious responsibility. It is not meant to be used carelessly, selfishly, or to harm others. Many people fail, not because they lack ability, but because they misunderstand the purpose of wealth. Riches should be a tool to expand life, yours and others. They are a means of expression, contribution, and growth. Always remember, your actions must align with integrity, respect, and generosity. Avoid shortcuts, schemes, or methods that exploit or deceive. The universe will respond, but not to dishonesty or greed. Wealth creation is a long-term, consistent process. Stay patient, stay disciplined, and keep your vision clear. Focus on continuous improvement, on providing value, and on acting in harmony with abundance. Finally, understand that your mind, your thought, and your actions are your greatest tools. Master these, and riches will follow. Neglect them, and success will remain out of reach. The path to wealth is not mysterious. It is practical, deliberate, and available to anyone willing to apply themselves fully. Follow the principles faithfully, and prosperity is inevitable. Chapter 17. Summary of the Science of Getting Rich. 1. Riches are a right. It is natural to desire and pursue a full, abundant life. 2. There is a science. Wealth comes from consistent, deliberate application of universal principles. Third thought is creative. What you think about steadily begins to take form. Fourth, act in harmony. Take purposeful, efficient, and confident action aligned with your vision. Fifth, gratitude is essential. Being thankful keeps you connected to abundance. 6. Increase attracts increase. Help others grow, and life will reward you. 7. Focus on your mind and will. Use your thoughts and attention as your primary tools. 8. Efficient action matters. Work with skill, presence, and clarity every day. 9. Choose the right business. Use your strengths in ways that provide real value. 10. Be an advancing person. Grow continuously and contribute steadily. 11. Follow with integrity. Act ethically, avoid shortcuts, and respect the power of wealth. By consistently applying these principles, wealth becomes a natural result of your thoughts, actions, and contribution to the world. Riches are not a matter of luck. They are a matter of law, understanding, and practice. The science of getting rich is open to anyone willing to learn, act, and stay aligned with abundance. Apply it fully, and prosperity will follow.